Hey, what's up, people? Mark Duncan here, running as Oregon's next governor. I want to take a second and I want to talk about economic subversion. The idea that a specific party or an entity or a government can take a person's job, an industry, they can send it overseas, ship it out of the country. They can pass legislation that red tapes it until eventually those businesses and industries get up and leave the state. When you have that type of government in place, you as a state or as a nation begin losing jobs. And when the American people lose jobs, soon they get stuck on welfare or unemployment. This is what I call the economic subversion of America. Meaning, we took your jobs, we took your wealth, we taxed you to insanity and insane levels. We passed legislation crippling the businesses, the companies, and the industries that you've worked at your entire life. And we've handed jobs over to illegals and undocumented. All of which time we've told you that you should turn into the socialistic agenda instead of prosperity, instead of the American dream. See, capitalism is the idea that you can capitalize off of a trade, a skill, a good, or something of that sort. In order for a government to tell you that you can only make so much because, or you have to have a certain amount, or they tax you until you can no longer do business. If a business is taxed in a subversion, it will no longer, or submission, it will no longer hire Americans. And when American citizens are no longer being hired, American citizens are now under economic subversion. You see, this is exactly where the liberal left, the anti-American socialistic party, wants you to be. They want you to be subverted. They want you to be eaten out of their hands. They want you to be chowing down those bird seeds and table scraps that they feed you. And then they want you to believe that's all you're worthy. That's not the fact, though. The fact is that we can do much better. The fact is that we can cut the red tape and create more jobs, more businesses, more industries. The truth is we can thrive in Oregon, create industries that are billion-dollar industries, jobs all over the state. If you've ever seen any of my videos, you know I have plans to do just that. I have a plan to lower the business tax, to create incentives so businesses and industries can be created, can move to certain areas inside of Oregon, specifically counties with less than 150,000 people. These areas and these counties will have the biggest exemptions, the biggest incentives. Now, what will happen is we will push for new jobs and new industries inside these smaller counties. We will put Americans back to work, and we will become the home of many of these industries once again. Industries like the logging, the fishing, as well as the 100% industrialization of marijuana. Marijuana industries that can create anything from fibers to oils to gas to fuel to everything. You see, Oregon has the potential to become the leader in the industrialization of marijuana and hemp. And as governor, it will become the leader of such. We have an opportunity to go into our forests and clean them, clear them, get all the dead wood off the floors, thin the forests out a little bit so that they're not starting with fire every season like they always do. We have to take precautions in order to start saving money. And for God's sake, we have to stop spending money uselessly. We need a government that isn't too big. We need a government that's not going to mandate every aspect of our lives. A government that will work for us because they are by us.